So another day, another just weird situation, with Caitlin Clark and Indiana Fever and people around here. We obviously have seen the Scott Agnes article here, where he basically said that Caitlin Clark, that Caitlin Clark brings a dark side to the Fever, and her fans are like a negative on the team, and it's a struggle dealing with her fans. I'm like,
are the Fever really thinking about trading Caitlin Clark? The internet's buzzing, the rumors are wild, and the vibes are weirder than a mascot doing the moonwalk at halftime. Did she score too much? Smile too much? Sell too many jerseys? Something's off, and it's not the pre-game snacks. Buckle up, because we're diving into the chaos, connecting the dots, and exposing what could be the dumbest front office move in history. Popcorn ready? This one's hotter than a Caitlin Logo 3.
Another good win by the Indiana Fever today versus the Seattle Storm, but I got a big concern with Caitlin Clark, man. So looks like the Fever been figuring things out, man. So let's just say Clark comes back toward the end of the season. Fever do their thing in the playoff. Let's just say, for the sake of my argument, the Fever win the championship, man. With Caitlin Clark having missed pretty much most of the regular season, would this championship not hold that much weight? Because I can already see the haters saying she missed most of the regular.
Let's be clear. If the Fever actually trade Caitlin Clark, they may as well hand out "we quit" signs with every ticket. You thought Indiana traffic was bad? Wait until fans stampede to the team that snags number 22. We're talking the most marketable, most Googled, most talked about player in women's sports, and they trade her for a bag of slightly used warm-up towels and a future second-round pick? Please.
He literally said, and he was like, there are some people that are not here for basketball, not here for the Fever, but are only here for Caitlin Clark. It's like, if you're a fan of a player and you're here for the basketball and you're there watching games and everything, you're a fan of a player playing basketball. I don't see there's an issue with that. And according to his thing, to him, he was talking about how it was such a struggle for the team, and obviously someone who has access to the team. And he mentioned that, the fans coming on saying fire stuff.
The Fever's arena would go from packed to an echo chamber faster than you can say worst trade in sports history. Right now, Clark isn't just the main event. She's selling out cities every time she steps on the court. Concession stands get wiped clean, merch tables look like a looted Black Friday, and suddenly everyone's grandma owns a number 22 jersey. And you're telling us they just tossed that away like yesterday's box score? No way.
The reason why I was a little disappointed in Sophie's take is that, she's right. It's just that she did say, and I thought this was a better explanation, she was saying that when she played in Phoenix, that she was in the locker room, and so many of the players in the locker room were saying things like, oh, we're going to show Caitlin Clark what the W is really about, and would sort of go after her. And in some ways you can understand that because she was a rookie in the league. But ultimately, when you see all this vitriol of people who cannot stand her, it's like, okay, well, what has she done wrong? Yeah. She's a great basketball player, so...
The math just isn't matting. You don't trade the one player who took your franchise from background noise to primetime drama. Before Clark, most of the WNBA couldn't even pick the Fever logo out of a lineup. Now, they're the Beyoncé of the league, front, center, trending. That's not coaching. That's Caitlin.
A badass and a trash talker, and gives it as good as she gets it. And she is an object of scorn for good reason. She's awesome. She's swaggery. She does turn your home crowd into a road crowd. She is a frustrating player to guard, all of it. And if she is, for some of these teams, a bit of a villain, that's sweet. It only will make her better. She is already one of the 3 or 4 best players in the sport, as a lot of us thought she would be in short order.
If the Fever actually traded Clark, they'd be firing their shot at relevance. Clark isn't just a player, she's a walking media machine. Cameras follow her like she owes them money. Every shot she takes ends up on 5 sports shows, 3 podcasts, and your cousin's TikTok. Trade her, and that spotlight? Poof. Gone, like your playoff hopes in mid-June. And here's the kicker. Any team that lands Clark becomes America's team overnight. Doesn't matter if it's Minnesota, Seattle, or a town with more cows than people. Slap number 22 on a jersey, and suddenly that franchise has more fans than the Super Bowl. They go from who to take my money faster than Caitlin hits a logo 3. Meanwhile, the Fever sit in a quiet arena, hyping a gritty rebuild. Adorable. Thinking sold-out stadiums are about defense and community outreach is like thinking people go to Disneyland for the churros. They came for Mickey. Caitlin is Mickey.
Indiana Fever posted this about Caitlin Clark to give like the official what is going on with Caitlin's injury. So they said Caitlin Clark underwent further medical evaluations earlier this week, which confirmed that no additional injuries or damage was discovered. Clark will continue working with the medical team on her recovery and rehabilitation with the priority on her long-term health and well-being. There is no timetable available for her return. But I do think it's interesting that ESPN has listed August 12th as a possible return date for Caitlin Clark. But the internet noticed something specific that Holly Rowe had to say on the broadcast. Holly Rowe said that before the last return after a quad injury, she had no
This isn't just a fan base, it's a full-blown movement. These people aren't just watching, they're traveling, posting, and turning WNBA League Pass into the hottest streaming service of the summer. You really think they'll stick around if Clark's doing trick shots in another city? Absolutely not. They'll follow her anywhere, like Swifties but with better free throw form. There's a delusional idea floating around that once Clark's gone, the team will stay competitive and fans will remain loyal. To that I say, very respectful good luck. Unless you've cloned a super player who can hit threes, run point, sell tickets, win MVPs, and cure boredom all at once, you're getting tumbleweeds and regrets. And let's talk money. Trading Caitlin Clark wouldn't just be a bad basketball move, it'd be financial malpractice. It's like Apple firing Tim Cook and replacing him with a Roomba.
You know, she didn't play most of the games to get them to the playoffs, all of that. She won a championship and she was hurt most of the season and the team was out there winning games without her. I can already see people saying that, man. So I'm just curious, man, because I'm thinking like, damn, you know, Clark has missed a lot of this time. You know, you play the regular season to get to the playoffs. Clark has missed, you know, most of the season so far. So if she won a title this year, having been injured most of this season, and then her first championship would be her being hurt most of the time, how would that championship rank for y'all? Would it not hold that much weight? Would it just be, you know, a win is a win, whatever?
And don't even start with the maybe it's best for both sides narrative. Best for who? The accountants? The merch guys suddenly printing team effort shirts because nothing else is selling? The PR intern rewriting tweets at 2 a.m. to explain a half-empty arena? This isn't addition by subtraction, it's subtraction by delusion. Trading Clark would be a masterclass in burning your own house down while patting yourself on the back for discovering fire. All you'd be adding is chaos, and a fresh wave of where did it all go wrong? Think pieces. This isn't just basketball anymore, it's brand, identity, cultural impact, momentum. So unless the Fever have secretly cloned Caitlin, taught her to shoot better, talk sassier, and look even cooler in slow motion, no trade package, no combination of picks, players, and promises can fill the seats, light up the scoreboard, and set social media on fire like she does.
Let me be clear about this. If Caitlin Clark were not in the WNBA, we would not be talking about the WNBA. She's the only ticket draw in the WNBA. A large percentage of all tickets sold in the WNBA are so people can watch Caitlin Clark play basketball. No one cares about Angel Reese. She'd be drawing flies if she were playing not against Caitlin Clark on the court right now. Angel Reese has basically become the Bill Laimbeer to Caitlin Clark's Larry Bird, essentially.
At the end of the day, the message is simple. You don't trade the sun and expect the planets to keep orbiting like nothing happened. Trade Caitlin Clark and the whole galaxy shifts. Just hope you're not left out in the cold. And here's where logic taps out and reality starts doing backflips. The people running this operation seem to think fans watch because of the Fever, like the logo, the colors, or Indiana itself magically holds millions of eyeballs. Newsflash. A mid-range jumper from anyone not named Caitlin won't keep the nation glued to their screens. This fan base would rather follow Clark to the worst team in the league than pretend to care about a competitive roster without her. Rebuilding arc? Forget it. They're invested in the Clark cinematic universe. They don't come for the ensemble cast. They come for the main character. Proof? Last season, viewers watched every Iowa game like it was the NBA Finals. Then vanished the moment the Fever season ended. Playoffs? Never heard of them. Attendance dropped, ratings dipped, and social media went into hibernation the second the Caitlin's out button was hit.
Fair that she's the face of the league, and that's understandable because there have been fantastic players in the WNBA for a long time. But Caitlin didn't disparage them. She just came in and kind of changed the game with her style. So I think it's one of those things where you have to say, okay, maybe I don't think it's fair based on the previous women who have been in this league, but it's not Caitlin's fault. All she's done is elevate the game for all of us. And I think instead of being pissed off about that, you should be appreciative of that and say, maybe it's not fair, but it's not your fault.
This isn't some casual fandom. This is a ride or die, burn the boat, storm the court for her crowd. They didn't come for team loyalty. They came because Clark makes basketball look like magic. She drops 30 like it's a warm-up, stares down defenders like she's writing a diss track in her head, then casually walks off like it's just another Tuesday. You really think they're sticking around for gritty defensive sets and a newly drafted replacement missing 3 layups in a row? No chance. Give Caitlin a jersey and a team of literal scarecrows, and the building still sells out. 1 working scoreboard, 2 ball racks, 0 help defense, doesn't matter. Most teams spend decades trying to build a loyal fan base. Clark shows up and, boom, instant audience, instant relevance, global attention. She didn't just move the needle, she broke it off the dial. Her fan base isn't just the biggest in the league, it's bigger than some team's entire existence. 1 player, 1 movement, 1 walking highlight reel.
Fever Sky tickets dropped 71% on TickPick after Caitlin Clark injury. The get-in price for the Chicago Sky versus Caitlin Clark's Indiana Fever game was $86. After Caitlin Clark's injury announcement is now down to $25. And you Angel Reese fangirls will still believe and think that Angel Reese is the reason why people are watching the WNBA. Since y'all want to make it about race, this white girl over here is the reason why fans are tuning in to watch the WNBA, not because of this.
Now imagine the absolute comedy of trying to convince fans to stay loyal to the Fever after trading the literal reason they even know the team exists. It's like kicking the headliner off a tour and wondering why nobody showed up for the backup yodeler. Clark isn't just part of the story, she is the story. Take her out and you're left with plot holes and empty seats. And these aren't casual fans. They know Clark's stats better than their own phone numbers. They've got her merch, her mixtapes, her jersey in multiple colorways. They watch pressers, rewatch games, argue in comment sections, and lose their minds over a single cross-court pass. This isn't admiration, it's borderline devotion. Watch how many people tune in when Clark racks up triple-doubles in another jersey, while the Fever's only buzz is a mosquito in section 112. These fans aren't watching a system, they're watching a spectacle. And when the spectacle leaves, so do the attention, the dollars, and the screaming fans who flew across the country just to see her warm up.